Hey everyone, Money Coach Mike here. Super excited for this week's podcast. Hey, we're talking about should you pay for your kids' college education? I posted this a couple weeks ago, and man, the post got spicy. Lots of different opinions out there, but let me walk you through the stats, what we're seeing, statistically speaking, what we're seeing with the college kids these days. And here's the real question. Is a college degree or diploma even worth the dough? We're going to dive into that. Plus, we're going to share how Anita got completely debt-free. Let's get rolling. All right. Hey, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the Q&A today here. This is going to be a fun one.
Yes.
All right, and this is going to be, this is going to be one that probably many people have different opinions on.
Oh, yeah.
So let's dive in. Here's the question. You guys ready? Should you pay for your kids' college tuition?
Ooh.
Right, bombs off.
Right?
Everyone's got an opinion here. But the question, should you or can you afford to pay for your kids' tuition? Or how do you get in a position where maybe you can if you decide you want to?
Yeah.
All right, Jen, take us away. What do you got?
Well, what are the benefits of paying for your kids' college? This question has brought up so many varied opinions, but let's take a look through just some of them. Some of the benefits that came up were that kids wouldn't have student loans.
Yeah, the debt. Yeah.
Right? So they get to graduate without any debt, which would be a huge blessing.
Yeah.
Another benefit is that they don't have to worry maybe about working and earning the money while going to school and studying, right?
Although there are stats that show the opposite.
I also believe
don't show the opposite, but show that when you do work, you actually do better.
You actually do better in school. It's true.
Isn't that crazy?
You have to balance life and school and studies. So it's a lot of time management, task focusing. There's so many benefits. But the one that seems to stick out the most is for kids to graduate debt-free. However, I actually believe that, Mike, there's a lot of ways for kids to graduate debt-free and not have a student loan and the parents not have to foot the whole bill.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're talking, so there's benefits to paying for your kids' college. You're saying graduate debt-free, probably most likely debt-free, with a debt-free degree, focus solely on school. If that's the case, if you got that loan, focus solely on school, which you think would produce better results. But who knows? And the way I see it is if you don't so depending on where you live, so and the stats are different depending on what industry you want to go to here. But I've seen some shocking numbers that a university or college, a post-secondary school degrees, I've seen some numbers of upwards of $100,000 a year.
Yeah.
Now that's not every single case, but even the lower number ones were like $20,000, $25,000 a year. You're still after 4 years, 6 figures.
Yes.
Excuse me, to get a degree here or a diploma, which is, I think, insane.
Yeah.
I think that's insane. But all that to say, if your kid can graduate debt-free, they should be well ahead.
Yes.
Of everyone else in that class graduating, at least financially speaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a good benefit.
Absolutely. And I think that leads us to a great transition to how can our kids graduate debt-free without parents having to foot the bill, which will then lead to your question of how can we help if we so desire. So there's so many opportunities for students to go to school debt-free, and even pay a portion. And so our teens, they can work. Our teens can work. They can have jobs. They are legally allowed to. Why wouldn't we set them free to go do so?
What's the legal age now? 14 or 15 still? Or I started when I was 14, legally started when I was turning 15 a week later, so they hired me. But I mean, I was hustling when I was 10.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can start babysitting at age 12,
Yep.
right? So that's like a young person's job, or delivering newspapers, stuff like that.
From a different generation.
Right? Like
nowadays you can go on YouTube and play a game and make money.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta be 14 anymore. So you can start making a lot younger. But yeah, teaching your kids to earn income, putting a portion of that away into a school fund, I guess is what what you were getting at there.
Absolutely.
Which would be part ownership. You know, speaking of doing better in school, when you have ownership, so it's not just all handed to you, but you worked.
Yes.
We have found statistically kids show up differently.
Absolutely. In fact, I know a girl who, when she went away to school for her career, it was a short diploma, but she was gone for 2 years. And her parents said, we will either pay for your tuition or your living expenses, but you have to pay for the other. What would you choose? And she said, I will pay for my tuition because I will show up differently.
Wow.
And you better believe she did, because she had we'll call him a lazy professor who canceled courses or classes.
Ooh. I hate lazy professors, but yeah.
After 3 cancellations, she showed up at his office with her tuition bill, and she had figured out how much that class cost her. And she said, if you cancel another one, you're going to owe me X number of dollars because I paid for you to teach me and you are not showing up.
Good for her.
That professor did not cancel another class that semester.
Good for her. I love that.
But yeah, they'll show up differently when they have to pay for something so they can work for it. Scholarships, grants, bursaries, those things are out there. And we're in the season right now looking for those, helping our son look for those. There are some bonkers ones out there. We're looking for ones for people with curly hair.
I love it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's some crazy ones out there. Yeah.
Right? People who love dogs, people who love nature. Like, there's all sorts of them available. And that becoming part of his part-time job.
Good for him.
This year, as he prepares for September. This is it's such a great exercise for him, right? In seeking those opportunities, inviting those scholarship dollars to come his way by doing the work.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I believe it's teaching him something really important.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you've got your oldest kind of getting ready to go, right?
Yep. He's going for a 1-year specialty at college.
Right on.
Before his apprenticeship. This is an opportunity. He does work 2 part-time jobs. And when he's not doing those, he is searching for a scholarship. Whether or not he likes it or not is another part of the discussion. However, I believe he's going to enjoy the results that come from putting in the work, right?
And does he have to write essays and all that? Is he writing? Is that the idea? You're an essay or a letter to the scholarship and all that, or?
It's all done digitally. So what's really great is he can copy and paste the answers into a doc and then just tailor it.
Hold on. You ready for this? He can copy the questions into ChatGPT.
He could.
And say, ChatGPT, give me an outline of how to answer this. And then, anyways.
Yeah, he could do that. I think he could do that.
If schools aren't teaching, here's my opinion. If schools aren't teaching how to use ChatGPT, I think they're behind on technology. It's like when we grew up, they were teaching us how to use a keypad. I don't know if that was your generation, but my generation.
I had typing class.
Yeah. I don't know if I had typing class. I think I got the tail end of that. But by the time I got into it, we were using like laptop computers and like programming and all that. Where I think my kid's generation, I'm like, if you're not teaching like we're going there. That's where we're going. It's like saying we're never going to use calculators. Like I remember in school, you can't use a calculator to figure out the answer. You want to figure it out on paper. I was like, okay, I get it. Like that's fine. But please don't tell me the future doesn't have every single person using a calculator.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyways, that's a side note. But I love that. So you got him doing grant writing, searching out curly hair grants, dog loving grant. Like I love that. There's so many crazy ones out there.
Yeah.
Here's one. We had a client years ago who worked for a college. She was in the admissions office, and she says she's like, we have grants in our admissions office that if students will just come in and ask, we can give it to them.
Yes.
But just ask, go and what do you have?
Yes.
So I thought that was interesting that people and she's like, they just have to come and ask. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, just ask for something and we'll give you some money. So there's another one right there.
Absolutely.
Get into the admissions office and ask.
Get to admissions, get to the guidance counselor in high school and ask.
Yep.
Right?
Which is great. Here's another great one. This isn't, I don't know that this is fully proven, but I can't imagine that it doesn't work. But if you're getting into a field, like if you're going into a certain field or a certain industry, and you know that there's a big name company or a big name business in that industry, why not make a proposal that they cover school in exchange for an internship or in exchange for something, or they cover a portion, or you come work for them after school and they start to pay it off for you. Like there's multiple ways to layer a deal like that around.
Sure.
And I don't know how many kids are doing that, but if a kid came to me and said, hey, I'm going to school for XYZ, I want to come work for you after I'm trained up, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you say, okay, like as long, I like where we're going. Let's continue the conversation. Maybe you intern here. Maybe we pay you something small to come through. And if you're actually really good, we hire you on.
Yeah.
Work out a deal where maybe we cover your school or a portion of it or something. Maybe I'm just crazy and thinking like that, but I feel like that's out there.
I believe there are lots of opportunities if we look for them.
Yes.
Right? If we look for them and we decide that we're going to find them, there's nothing to stop us. It's the same for our kids. If they're going to look for those opportunities, because they're moving in a direction that God has set forward for them, how can they not be successful? How can he not open doors for them?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I like it. So that kind of brings us to that second part of your question though, Mike. Like if we as parents do feel moved to help provide for our kids for whatever reasons we have, maybe we were helped by our parents and we want to offer the same blessing. Maybe we weren't helped by our parents and we want to offer that blessing.
Yeah.
How can we do it? That kind of becomes that next question. Where would you start?
Well, I'll tell you how not to do it. Because I've had experience of people doing this, and I don't believe this is a great thing to do. I've had people remortgage their homes, take out a home equity line of credit, take out a student loan line of credit that they're co-signers on. I would not recommend you do any of that.
No.
That down, and just don't make that an option in your vocabulary or in your consciousness. And here's why, not because you can't help them, but a couple of reasons. One, statistically speaking, most kids don't finish school.
No, it's only like 30%.
It's crazy low. It's so stupid. And I actually saw this yesterday. I was watching a couple things. Didn't know we were going to talk about this, but I was just about school and stuff, just kind of catching up on the latest data of graduates. And I've noticed this, a lot of graduates are saying we're graduating and can't even get a job. And the degree in the field we graduated in. So I spent $100K, $300K on school, and I graduate, and I'm a barista at Starbucks.
Oh, yeah.
And so the thing I went to school for, or it's so entry level that I have to work my way up, and your degree doesn't even cover or pay off what you went to school for, the specialty you went to school for, in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah.
Is what we're seeing. So I would recommend that you don't use those things because the chances of the degree or the thing being super successful off the bat is very low. I mean, let me ask you this, Jen, and let me ask everyone else that's listening here. How many of you are in the field that you went to school for? Yeah, I'm not. You're not.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, everyone else, are you working in the field? And some of you will be a yes, but I guarantee the majority is probably a no.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
And so that's why I would say do not leverage, your house through a line of credit, through a remortgage. Do not co-sign on a student loan line of credit. Oh my gosh. You have to cash flow it if it's worth it.
Absolutely. And you'll get there eventually, right? Like working a plan, having that emergency fund in place, paying off debt, finishing that emergency fund, start investing for yourself because there's 100% chance that you're going to retire sometime, either because you want to or because you have to. Then you can use freed up dollars to start putting away for your kids. You could do matching programs, invest to put away for your kids' college. But again, taking care of your household first, taking care of yourself first, because what you don't want to do is put out hundreds of thousands of dollars for your child's education, have nothing available for retirement, and then have to go live in their basement and work as a Walmart greeter.
Yeah. So one of the things we're doing, so to answer your question, one of the things we're doing is we're utilizing a investment strategy for our kids. So I started this when they were young, 5-ish. And we're doing about $100 a month. Per kid. So we're saving right now. When they get older, they'll start contributing to it as well. But I've got a fund that pays them 35%.
Nice.
So from age 5 to 18, because they'll probably go 17 or 18, their account will be worth $300,000.
Amazing.
And if that doesn't cover what they need to do,
they're all going into brain surgery.
Bad. Yeah, that should be enough to cover what they're going to do here. But that's how we're doing it. But that's because they're young. And we also get a match. So it's actually about $120 per month with our match that we get. So about $360 by the time they need to use it.
Yeah.
That's how we're doing it.
Yeah.
How are you doing it? You're doing the grants?
We're doing the grants. Yeah, we're doing the government grants. We invest monthly after we invest in our retirement.
Got it. That's interesting. So you do it after you take care of retirement.
That's right.
Not before.
No. I have one kid who's going to do a 1-year certificate. It's a specialty for his apprenticeship, like pre-apprenticeship. I have one kid who doesn't know what he wants to do. And my third, she wants to be an entrepreneur.
Nice.
So still the money's getting invested and we'll see what everybody decides to do. But they know that there's going to be a portion, and we actually tied that portion to their grades in high school.
Oh, right on.
So year 1, our oldest struggled a little bit with focus. And so then after seeing his report card year 1, we made a deal with him that every A that he brought home, because he has the capacity to bring home A's.
Yeah.
Every A that he brought home, he would be given $500 toward his college education.
Wow. How many A's does he have? How many A's can he bring home?
So, I have to think about that for a second.
That would be what? Probably 8 classes?
So,
year?
So 8 times 3.
Got it.
Right? So
24.
So 24. So about $12,000.
Wow. Right? Talk about incentive. Okay. If you got all A's.
And that was the deal. And so you better believe that guy pulled up his boots.
He went and got some A's, didn't he?
He went and got some A's, and he started doing his homework and paying attention. And he's grown up a lot in the past few years, and we're really proud of what he's done, working 2 jobs, going to school, doing some volunteer stuff. Like, we're really proud of him, and we're proud to reward him and let him know that, right? Yeah. We're proud for that. But then also for him, there's some skin in the game. That was the amount of money that we would do. And so what's come about is he's going to pay for his tuition. We're going to cover his residence, because it is an out of town.
All right. Cool.
School. So it's like, we'll pay for your living. You pay for your tuition. So he's got that separate savings account now open. He's working his jobs. He's having to put away and give, save, spend, and beef up that school account. That's part of his job. And the scholarship applications, that's the other part of his job. I'm like, dude, if you don't have to use all that money on school, I'm like, you can just have it when you graduate.
Yeah, we'll give it to you. Down payment on a home.
Right?
Or that new car or whatever. But yeah, so the process, guys. So here's I would say here's when here's when you should know I'm in a healthy spot to be able to pay for my kid's school, or at least help. You're debt free. You've got a good emergency fund.
Yeah.
You're investing money every month towards your retirement. And once you hit that stage is what I would suggest you start to think about helping your kids for for that post-secondary. And if you don't get there, then you have that conversation that your kids are going to have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And then walk them through everything we talked about. Grants.
Yeah.
Heck, they can start investing for themselves.
Absolutely.
You start working 12, 13, 14, $100 a month, $200 a month, whatever it is, they can start to build that up. And if you're in the US, it's a 529 plan.
Yeah.
That works for you. If you're in Canada, it's an RESP that you can utilize, and you get some government grant money with that as well. If you utilize that. Okay. But that's how you know you're in the right spot to start doing this, is you've taken care of the debt, you've taken care of, the emergency fund. So if life happens, you're not falling back into debt, really. And then you're taking care of yourself first. And that might seem selfish, but listen, it's a principle in life we all get when we're on an airplane. When you ever go on an airplane and they do the whole presentation for the thousandth time, it feels like.
Yeah.
So if the mask fall down, we lose air pressure. Put a mask on your face first before you help someone else. Well, yeah, because if you don't, you'll pass out trying to help someone else.
Yes.
Right? And so there is that bit of that selfishness approach, which is okay to be selfish. It is okay to take care of yourself first, get yourself standing, and then take care of the kids.
Absolutely.
That's how I would judge if I'm ready to do it or not. Am I taking care of the first three, and then taking care of my kids?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's so many different ways to look at it and, plan it out. That's the thing. Take the emotion out of it and look at the plan, right? Create a plan. Talk with your kids about a plan. Talk about responsibility. Talk about budgeting. Teach them how to do these things, how to work for the things that they want. These are not punishments. These are gifts.
Woo!
Right?
They really are.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we'll love to hear your takeaway, guys. Comment below.
Yeah.
And tell us what you're doing, what your plan is. What maybe has your perspective changed after listening to this in terms of what you're going to do. But I would say this: put a game plan together so that if they go, you've got something, and if they don't, let's be honest, not every job needs a degree anymore.
No.
In fact, I think very few do. I think there's a lot of other ways around now than just going to college. But if they don't, then maybe they've got a plan to be blessed going into that, that next season after high school.
Yeah, absolutely.
With some money saved and put aside for that. But we'd love to hear your comments on what you guys are doing. So comment below. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed that segment. And let me add to this, guys. There's some stats coming out here that we're looking at with Generation Zoom, the Zoomers. And check this out. This is actually really cool. What we're seeing here is we're seeing a trend with the Zoomers or the Zoomies, where these guys are getting out of school, starting an apprentice, starting a business in the trades. And within 10 to 15 years, they're selling those businesses for millions of dollars. They're cashing out. And this is a new trend we're seeing here. Big companies are cashing out on these small businesses in the areas. What they're doing is they're paying them out millions of dollars, plus they'll keep them working in that business. They'll keep them hired on a payroll in that business. So this is a new trend that's up and coming. And what we're finding here is with college tuition, depending on where you go, I've seen upwards of multiple six figures. Are you kidding me? 6 figures? And this is how Generation Zoom here is fixing this problem and overcoming this problem. Starting businesses, working the businesses, growing the businesses, and usually 10 to 15 years down the road, selling those businesses for a big payout, making a lot of money. Okay. Now, listen, if you're going to be a doctor, please go get an education. Please go do your degree. I do not want you operating on me without an education. But listen, if you're going to get into the trades, tech, there are possibly lots of different options that, my generation didn't have, my parents' generation definitely didn't have, that all the new up-and-comers, the new generations under us are having. All right. With that being said, let's dive in here. Anita did her debt-free scream. This is so awesome. We recorded this on our live Thursday call. We do this every week with our coaching community, but Anita wanted to come on and share, and so you'll hear a lot of us on there celebrating with her. But she shares her story, her journey, and how you can do it too. Let's dive into that. You guys ready?
Ready.
I mean, I don't know if we're ready. Are we ready?
We're ready.
Are we ready for this one?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. There we go. Anita is debt free! Come on! Woohoo! All right. I love this. Yeah, way to go.
Ear to ear since the meeting started.
I love it. I've been deaf. I've been deaf free. I've been ear to ear. I can't wait to share this. This is awesome. Anita, great job. Let's do this.
Thank you.
I'm going to hop off the screen here and hop onto my screen so I can see you. Can you see me?
I can.
All right. Give me 1 sec here. Let me just turn a few of you off that are making some loud noises in my ears. Neil, that might be you.
Me?
Yeah, that might be, but you can stay on. If you're the one making the noise, you can stay on because I know you're going to be talking, asking some questions here. All right. Anita's debt free. Holy cow. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. It actually does. It does.
Okay.
I feel
it's
good.
A new sensation, isn't it?
Yeah. I was actually saying that to Neil. I feel like very happy and excited, but almost this excited, nervous of like, okay, like this is new, like, you know,
Yes.
and yeah. So
yeah, this is new. You'll get used to that eventually.
Yeah.
This will be the new normal for you, as it has been for so many of us. That's awesome. So debt free. Let me ask you this, because I know you've been around the community even before we were working together. You were around.
Yeah.
Peeking in, looking at some stuff. What made you decide to actually dive in and actually, come in and work with us one-on-one?
This little inner voice that kept just talking to me. I just knew. I was hanging around the community for a while though before, like in the main with thousands of
smart
people
money
in there.
community. That one.
And I was on mat leave at the time and didn't feel like it was the right time for the investment. But once I was back to work and just feeling like even though I was back to work, things weren't changing. Right?
Oh, got it.
It's like not just a season of like, okay, I was off on mat leave. Like, no, this is, So I just had that little voice and I'm like, I got to act on this. I have to. Things have to change, you know?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Now, let me ask you this. What for you has been the hardest part about this journey? What would you say has been the hardest thing to do, implement, or to keep track of?
I would say, there's a couple of things actually.
Okay.
Some of the temptations of, like the eating out and things like that, not going overboard. And actually it was hard at first to get my husband on board, Eric, but he's slowly coming around. So
I love it. He's seeing that you're winning.
Yes.
He's seeing that you're winning. He's like, okay, what are you doing differently?
Yes. Yeah.
What are you doing? Why is it working this time?
Why is it working? Yeah. So it's very cool. So that's really cool.
I thought you were going to say car repairs.
Oh, yeah.
That too. I know. I was thinking of that because I did actually have to replace, Neil, as you know, I had to replace that emergency fund a few times because of those car repairs.
Yeah.
And those were big. Like I felt like it kind of put me down emotionally even too for a bit. So I guess that's another. Yeah.
You definitely had to persevere because those were discouraging, especially losing your air conditioning in middle of the heat wave in the summer.
Okay, that's true. Thank you for reminding me of that. It's like
I remember that very well.
Forgot it. Like that's a next summer problem of like, hopefully I can get a new car by then, but we'll see. Yeah.
So
lots of,
what you're telling me is you got debt free, even though you've had a bunch of things not go your way.
yep. Yes.
I love
Keeping
it.
consistent.
Yeah.
You know, it was last week was a PD day.
Yep.
And after we were finished work, I went for a drink with the girls and I said, this is like my celebration. And I told them, and even the waitress, actually, she was so happy. She's like, here, have a drink on me. And it was
What?
yes, she did.
Awesome.
So, but the girls at work, they were just like, we've seen you like kind of this whole school, like last school year and this school year, but just always staying consistent. So I think that's the big one.
I love it. Staying consistent. Yeah, I'd say consistency is probably a big one to getting there.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. What would you say to all those who aren't there yet, who want to get debt free, who are, some of them are fighting and working their way? What would you say now that you're at the top of the mountain? What would you say to all those of us climbing up?
Stay consistent. Believe in yourself. That's a huge one. Keep going. Keep going even when it's hard. Keep going.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great job. You've done so well. Now you're on to the fun part of life, the wealth building.
Yes.
Building up the emergency fund, building some wealth, and changing your family tree.
Yep. And I actually have a little extra goal in there too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on top of sort of building up now to a full emergency fund. I'm actually saving for a car.
Come on.
So yeah. Because my car with all those repairs, I mean, it's going to be time. It's going to be
You're
time.
going to buy one of these next, you think?
Oh my God.
Cybertruck, got it for my birthday.
Oh my God. I love that. That's so cool. There's a parent at my school who has
one? Oh my goodness.
Swear. Yep.
That's awesome.
So he's driving right up and all the kids are looking out like.
Yeah. As us, me, Neil, Jen, and Chrissy have all been saying this week, man, they're ugly, but I'm going to tell you this. Every time one pulls up, all my kids want to take pictures with it.
That's what I mean. It's ugly, but yet somehow we all want to. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so let's do this, guys. If you're able to, if you're driving, maybe not, but if you're able to, can you guys unmute yourselves? Everyone else, unmute yourself. Go on, unmute. Yeah. Hit that unmute button. And what I want to do, Anita, with you and for you, is I want to do a countdown. And I want us to yell at the top of our lungs. What should it be? Should we say debt free or should we say I'm living the dream? What do you want to say, Anita?
Living the dream.
I'm living the dream. Yeah.
Living the dream?
Does
Okay,
that
I'm going to
include
count
everybody
us.
too? Yeah.
I'm going to count us down. And I've got the music going. And I'm count of 3. I want everyone to yell as loud as they can. I'm living the dream. You ready? We'll do this for Anita. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm living the dream. Come on. Woo. Awesome. Good stuff. Well, we're so proud of you. You've done such a good job. You've definitely been an inspiration for so many others. So keep up the good work, and man, life's gonna be so good.
Thanks so much for that.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah, great job.
I love it.
Well, I hope that inspires you. Anita is debt free. And hey, listen, if you want to participate in that, if you want to be a part of that journey, that debt free journey, a couple ways to get started. Number one, our free Facebook group, the Smart Money Community. Hop in there. We go live in there. We share in there. We try and inspire you in there. Or number two, if you're looking for help or you want to do this fast, our average client pays off about $10,000 in the first 90 days. Most have never done that before, okay, but the first 90 days or so, average is 10K. Some do more, some do a little bit less, but there isn't anyone who doesn't get results. And the majority of our clients are debt-free in 24 months or less. But here's the best part, is they now learn the tools and the secrets to staying debt-free for good. And that's the big difference we do here. And many people can get you debt-free, but we're finding not many people can keep you debt-free. Many companies can't keep you debt-free. What we do here is we really want to transform your life to not just help you get debt-free, help you stay debt-free, help you have impact in this world, impact in your family, and really to get to the point where you never, ever, ever, ever have to worry about money. Okay? So if that sounds intriguing to you, if that sounds like something you want to be a part of, head over, hop on a call with us, moneycoachmike.com/call. You'll hop on a 15-minute call with us. There's no sales pressures, nothing like that. We're going to just see if we can help you. If we can, we're going to walk you through how. If we can't, we're going to get you connected with another resource that can at least get you moving in the right direction. All right, guys, that's all for this week. Anita's debt-free, and we can't wait to celebrate more with you. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.